Hello and welcome back to another Red Mage Blue Mage ASMR podcast. This is Seth, and oh boy, do we have quite the deck for today's journey. We'll be doing Blueback Ninjas. The average mana cost here is about 2.4, but it's going to lower with ninjutsu. So the ninjas that I actually drafted includes 2 Moon Secret Hackers for card draw. I have 1 Mukotai Ambusher and 1 Prosperous Thief. Didn't really get heavy on the ninjas, but the ones that we did get were really good and low to the ground, so very excited about those. But we have plenty of enablers at this point. We have 1 Network Disruptor, a Dockside Chef, an Okiba Reckoner Raid for turn 1 place. We also have 2 Virus Beetles, 2 Modern Ages, and a Circuit Mender for added value. Plenty of removal. We have Clawing Torment, Ninja's Kunai, the Long Reach of Night, which can also be an enabler, 2 Twisted Embraces, Tamio's Completion, and a Lethal Exploit. So very happy with our removal as well to make sure that we stay on top with the creatures. Pack 2, pick 1, we also got an Eater of Virtue, and we were blessed in Pack 3, pick 4 with a Junjai, the Midnight Sky. So a lot of firepower here. Very excited to get started with this one. I hope you'll join me for the rest of it. Thank you. Round 1, we are playing against the famed Leroy Jenkins. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, starting off with 3 Islands, a Modern Age, and 3 black cards. Unfortunately, I don't believe I'll be able to keep this, even though our opponent is going first. It'll be a little slow. We'll go ahead and mulligan. This looks much, much better. An Island, 2 Swamps, a Kunai, a Hacker, a Thief, and a Long Reach of Night. We will keep, but I am perplexed on what I will actually return. Probably the Kunai at this point, just because I don't really know what we're going to do with this. So let's keep 6. Let's go ahead and return the Kunai, keep the firepower going, and let's get started. Leroy starts off very strong. I instantly regret the Kunai. Getting rid of it. Starts off with the Generous Visitor. So let's go ahead and start with our own island here and go from there. You won't catch this in the podcast, but I can tell this is not the famed Leroy Jenkins, as he is very, very slow. Okay, so we see a Mothrider Patrol, and opponent attacks with the Generous Visitor, 19 to 20. Our turn. Go ahead and play out the swamp, and then just to get a presence on board, they're playing green-white, not as worried about any kind of destruction at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and place the Hacker out. Again, just to get a little board presence, and to be able to race a little bit. We'll see what happens here. Might have a gotcha moment with the Prosperous Thief, so we'll see what happens. Okay, opponent plays Roaring Earth, giving their Mothrider Patrol +1/+1, swinging for 2 in the air. Makes sense. I think what I'm going to do, I want to offer up a trade. I'm going to go ahead and play my Swamp, and if I can, even though this Generous Visitor is untapped, if we can trade, I'd really like to get rid of that off the board. If not, I will put a Prosperous Thief in play, which either way I think is a win-win. So let's go ahead and attack here. Let's see what happens. Okay, they do not block, so I'm going to go ahead and put my Thief into play, which is great because then I can get that Moon Circuit Hacker back and get some more value. So now we have a treasure token, which I actually would like to use for the Modern Age, which I will cast now. Thanks to the treasure token. So great value there. Very happy to get that Prosperous Thief out. So we draw an island. I think because we drew the island, I'm going to discard 1 of the 2 swamps that I have. Getting a little bit too many swamps. But that's the beauty of looting. We can start filtering our hand. 17-17 all. Pass turn. I think next turn, if nothing changes, I think the Long Reach of Night will probably be our pick. We have an island and 2 swamps and a Prosperous Thief on the board. They have 1 forest, 1 plains, a Generous Visitor, a Mothrider Patrol, and a Roaring Earth. Oh, they play March of Burgeoning Life for 2 to get another Moth Rider Patrol and a third Moth Rider Patrol into the battlefield. Very interesting. Okay, so Modern Age again. We get an island. Again, I'm probably just going to discard the island we actually just looted for last turn. We have plenty of plays at this point. Okay, currently 14-17. I'm going to go ahead and play an island. Let's see here. Again, I think the Long Reach of Night, just because they're going to get a little too crazy out here. First, I think I'll attack with the Prosperous Thief. Let's see what happens here. Because I did draw a Mukotai Ambusher. Let's go ahead and attack. See if we can get a trade. Oh, they did not. Okay, so now we got a lot of options here. We can Moon Circuit Hacker here. I'm going to do this first, ninjutsu here. Pay my island. I got full control here because if I remember right, we can kind of have one of those gotcha moments here and get multiple ninjas into play. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, next to damage. Let's go ahead and do that damage. Draw our card and resolve. Draw a Circuit Mender. Great. Okay. I messed up on that one. I should, as it was resolving and on the stack, I could have ninjutsu'd again, but that was my mistake there. But that's okay. We ended up drawing a Circuit Mender, which is fantastic. Allows us to gain life. Score is 16-15. Their turn. Ninjutsu is definitely, I think, a medium difficulty, I would say. There's a lot of nuances with this one. I enjoy it. It is very fun, but you definitely have to know what you're doing with this. Okay, so I attack for 4 in the air. 12-15. I'm still not that worried. I've got a Vector Glider now, 2/3 flyer to literally stop all of their stuff in their tracks. And they're not casting any lands. They are kind of hosed there. So now we've got so much good value here that we can work with. I think if we apply pressure here by, I'm going to go ahead and attack, and let's just see what we can get here. Let's attack with both. Let's see what we get. One of them will not be blocked, so we are guaranteed to get some ninjutsu, unless they have a flash creature, which I don't think they're going to have for 2. So they cast Wanderer's Intervention on my Circuit Mender, allowing me to draw a card, which is fantastic. And then I think they're going to trade. Yeah, they're going to trade here with this Generous Visitor. I'm fine with that. I am perfectly fine with that because now we get to cast the Long Reach of Night, really putting the pressure on them. They have 2 cards in hand and 3 little creatures. I'm really not that worried about it. I actually they discard their Blossom Prancer. They're very far from it, so I can't say I blame them, but glad to see that it's gone. Opponent plays a Forest. Now they have a 3/3 Moth Rider Patrol. I have plenty of removal, so I don't really know where that's going, but we should be able to knock down these patrols just fine. Okay, last card they have is Norika. Okay, well, there's some pretty good value there, but they don't have any enchantments, so I'm not that worried about it. No blocks. 9-15. Okay, so now they have to sacrifice a creature because they have no cards in hand. A little silly of them. I'm sure they'll get rid of one of their 1/1 Moth Rider Patrols. Yeah, so they do that. Okay, so let's put another island into play. I think I will attack with my Vector Glider, hoping that I can ninjutsu. Let's go ahead and let's just see what happens. So we'll go ahead and attack. Let's see what happens. Okay, they did not block, so I'm going to go ahead and put my Prosperous Thief in. Again, hold control. Resolving. Okay. While damage is on the stack, I'm going to go ahead and place the 3/2 Ambusher into play because it's untapped. That way I can actually block this Norika and I still get a treasure. So I have 3 mana to work with here still. Very happy with that. Now, I have Modern Age and I also have Goshen Tai of Lost Wisdom. I think I will play the Goshen Tai at this point because I don't think they can really handle that. I will not mill anybody. Probably moving forward. It's not really why I have it. Okay, they cast a land, making their Mothrider Patrol a 4... never mind. They're going to make their Norika a 4/3. And they're going to tap my Goshen Tai, attacking for 7. That's not insignificant. 2-12. Okay, so I get my Long Reach of Night. I'm going to cast my Swamp. I have 8 mana to work with. And unfortunately, I don't have much I can really deal with here. Problem is I need a flyer. Okay, so let's cast Modern Age. Let's see what we get here. We're on the ropes here on this one, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to win this one because we draw an island. And that is just not going to do it, folks. Very unfortunate. Let's see here. What can I do? Is there anything? Because they can tap my Goshen Tai, attack with both of their Moth Riders, and kill me dead. Very unfortunate. Let's go ahead and concede. Quality of life. 0-1.
Hello, it's me, Corbin. Why should you listen to Dames and Dragons D&D Actual Play podcast found on iTunes, Google Play, and more, you ask? Because, my friend, if you're a crow living in a giant featherless body, and who isn't, you will adore this show! It's relatable, it's funny, it's full of crows, mainly one, who is me. It's original, it's fast-paced, it's worms, it's corn chips. I'm hungry. Be sure to listen to Dames and Dragons while I get a snack.
Game 2, playing against Unmeet. Opponent will be going first. I have 4 swamps and a bunch of blue cards. So unfortunately I will be mulliganing this hand, which is really unfortunate because it's a great starting hand to have if I had any island whatsoever. After a mull, this is much more acceptable. I think I may have learned my lesson by getting rid of the kunai, so I will keep that. Now I have an island, 2 swamps, an Eater of Virtue, a Ninja's Kunai, a Modern Age, and a Virus Beetle. Let's keep 6 here. Returning the Modern Age at this point, because we have enough gas here, this is going to be great. Opponent starts with another forest, okay, and I will lead with the Eater of Virtue. Funnily enough, I would actually rather they destroy that than my kunai. Opponent leads off with a Kami of Transience. Very good card. Okay, I will play an island, and I just drew my Okiba Reckoner Raid. I'm going to go ahead and get that one out and put the kunai out. We have lots of options. Next turn will be the Beetle. They have 5 cards in hand, so I'd rather save it for just a second. A 3rd forest by the opponent. Well, we'll see if they're monocolored. I cast Bamboo Grove Archer. Swing for 3. 18-19. Okay, I draw an island. For some reason, Magic loves to give me every land possible. and I don't understand why, but we'll take it for now. But I really need some action here at this point. Let's cast our Virus Beetle, make them discard. Discard another Bamboo Grove Archer. I really am not looking forward to what's in their hand at this point. I think I'll go ahead and equip the Eater of Virtue onto the Virus Beetle. Make it a 3/1. Really forces their hand because they both have 3 toughness creatures on the battlefield. Jukai Naturalist comes into play. They have an excellent deck here. This is something else. No blocks. I'm going to take 4 here. Puts 15 to 18. Our Cuba Reckoner Raid flips to the Road Captain. I draw a Dockside Chef. Let's put a swamp into play. I think at this point, Kukunai and the Dockside Chef are probably the best options for me. So I think we'll go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and equip the Kunai to the Road Captain. Go ahead and use this on the... Actually, I really should wait for that Kami of Transience. They have a lot of firepower. This is not a good position to be in already. I'll go ahead and cast the Dockside Chef, and I will pass my turn. Actually, what I could do... I'm going to go ahead and attack with the Virus Beetle. It's a 3/1. They want to take 3 here. Great. If they want to block with something, great. Okay, they took 3. 15 all. Opponent casts Fade into Antiquity. Very unfortunate. And then casts Bearer of Memory. This deck is very good. Unfortunately, I am so excited for this deck too. I wish it would not crash and burn this hard. And we draw a swamp. I hate this game many, many times over. So let's go ahead and equip the Kunai to the Chef. Actually, we should equip to the Virus Beetle. And then we have to be on defense. Maybe I should not tout up these decks so much. It has plenty of removal, but we're simply not getting it. Current score is 10 to 15. They have a Kami of Transience, Bamboo Grove Archer, Jukai Naturalist, a Bearer of Memory. They just sacrificed their Ecologist Terrarium to give a +1/+1 to the Kami, making it a 6/6. Okay, and then they pass. Attacking with the Jukai Naturalist and the Bearer of Memory. I think at this point, because I'm low enough, I need to block with the Dockside Chef. I'll block the Bearer of Memory. Sacking it to itself. Drawing another swamp. Perfect. Just what I wanted. 8 to 17. And I draw an island. I love this deck so much. I love drawing every single land. I don't remember what turn it is, but I have drawn... I've played 6 lands and have 2 lands in hand. Not much we can do about this. Variance can really bite you sometimes. No attacks. And I will just die to them attacking with everything. They cast Commune with Spirits. If for some reason they forget to attack, maybe we're still on board, but it's not looking good. They cast Commune with Spirits. Jukai Preserver is revealed. They cast it, making their Kami of Transience a 7/7 Trampler. The Jukai Preserver gives +1/+1 to the Kami. We'll give them the satisfaction of killing us. Oh, let's see. Let's go ahead and sacrifice the Kunai. They attack with the Naturalist, the Bearer of Memory, and the Kami. We'll go ahead and kill the Bearer of Memory with the kunai. And die, tragically, because of flooding. 0-2. Game 3, we are playing against Tej. And we are on the ropes here. Opponent goes first, but we actually start with a good hand. We have an island, 3 swamps, an Eater of Virtue, a Network Disruptor, and a Moon Circuit Hacker. I am loving life right now. Let's keep 7 here. We start with the swamp. We draw a swamp. Start with an island. Network Disruptor. Tapping their untapped swamp. And passing turn. They play an island. Could be the mirror match. We shall see. They cast Armguard Familiar. Too bad for them, it does not fly. So we will cast another island, attack with the Disruptor, ninjutsu our Moon Circuit Hacker, swinging for 2, 20 to 18, drawing our card, we get a Dockside Chef, and then we cast Network Disruptor. Actually, I'm going to hang on to that. Actually, I'm going to cast the Eater of Virtue at this point. Kind of changed my mind halfway through there. Okay, ooh, they also cast Plains. Well, Esper action. Okay, they attack for 2. Do they ninjutsu? They don't. Interesting. And then cast Covert Technician. They did not want to ninjutsu that. Interesting. Okay. So they're just using the 2/4 body at this point. Well, that kind of sucks for them. So I think at this point, I drew an island. I currently have 5 lands in hand. The woes continue. At this point, I do need to get a swamp out. And what I will do is equip the Eater of Virtue. Because they're tapped out. We have free reign right now. We have a 4/1 at this point. I still think I will use the Network Disruptor at this point to tap down their Covert Technician. So we have free reign to attack with the Moon Circuit Hacker, which I'm very glad to loot with. 18-14. We will loot this turn. Ooh, we get the high-speed hover bike. Get out of here, swamp. Okay, let's go ahead and cast a Dockside Chef. I'm liking where we are at this point. This is looking pretty good. We can still use a little action here. High-speed hover bike will only get us so far. They cast Lethal Exploits on our hacker, exiling the creature that was attached to Eater of Virtue, which is fine. Okay, they attack with their Covert Technician. That's fine. I want to see what they do with it. They do nothing. Okay. Of course, we draw yet another land. Because why not? Go ahead and do a swamp here. Let us equip the Eater to the Network Disruptor. And let's go ahead and swing for 3. Let's just race a little bit here. 16 to 11. Okay. We might just wait and see here with this hover bike. Maybe kind of a gotcha moment. I have 3 mana open right now at this point, and I've got a little bit of a synergy with Dockside Chef and the Eater of Virtue. Very minimal, but it's something nonetheless. Okay, so they're going to equip their Ancestral Katana to their Covert Technician, giving it +2/+1. That's quite a bit. I think what I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and just cast this hover bike, just to tap it. I think if we race enough here, I think we'll be okay. Okay, They don't even attack at that point. Fantastic. And we get a Clawing Torment. That's fantastic. Okay. The race is on. Let us crew the hover bike with the chef. We'll swing in for 5 flying. 16-6, and then I drew a Clawing Torment, which I will cast on the Covert Technician. I could have done it on the Arm Guard Familiar, but it's Ward 2, would have just killed it. I'd rather just lose the life there at that one. And they have to address this one way or another. So I'll end my turn. They're down to 5. We have lethal on board. So let's see if we can get this first win under our belt. They cast Okuchi Shadow Walker, which that's fine. That is not going to do it. Pass 2 attackers. And they concede. 1 and 2. Game 4, playing against Buns of War. Coming off that hint of a victory. Let's see if we can keep this up. We are not going first, so we're on the play. We get an Island, 2 Swamps, Eater of Virtue, Prosperous Thief, Tamiyo's Completion, and Lethal Exploit. I actually think I might keep this because we have enough destruction to keep them at bay while we hopefully get anything but our lands at this point. Opponent starts with an island and passes. We draw a Mukotai Ambusher. Let us go ahead and start with our island. We'll go ahead and put the Eater out. And I will pass turn. Okay, they cast a Plains and go. Okay, I'll cast a Swamp. We draw an island. Very exciting game of Magic so far. Okay, they cast Imperial Subduer, which is totally fine. Not really worth doing anything at this time. Oh, we found it. Junjai, the Midnight Sky. I really hope we get to play with them. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and do an island here. And I really don't have anything I really have to do at this point. I don't even have to cast my Prosperous Thief if I don't have to. I could force them to do something. Actually, I am going to go ahead and... No, I think I am going to wait. A little indecisive. I'd like to have that Lethal Exploit open and available. We'll see what they do. Next turn I could cast Tamiyo's Completion if things really go south here. Opponent plays a Plains. They play another Imperial Subduer. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and resolve that. We're all past to attack. I'm sure they're going to attack. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and Lethal Exploit. They just don't really seem to be playing all that much right now. Okay, we draw an island. I'm going to go ahead and play a Swamp. I think what I'd like to do is play this Prosperous Thief at this point. Or, actually, I think I'd rather play this Mukotai Ambusher. Which gives me lifelink. It's just a little bit more here, and then I can Prosperous Thief it if need be. We'll see. Plenty of options. Okay, they cast Moonfolk Puzzle Maker. Sure. If they want to attack. I think... Yeah, okay. I couldn't even trade anyways because of the Subduer, which that's fine. Okay. They have 2 mana open in a blue-white deck. Do I play this a little safer? I could Tamiyo's Completion. I drew a Modern Age. I actually like all the cards I have, so I don't really have to. I tell you what, let's Eater of Virtue. Let's see what happens. So now I got a 5/2. I can kill their puzzle maker if I wanted to. And if they don't, I think I might put the Prosperous Thief in. Let's see what happens. Okay. They don't block, I'm going to put the Thief in. And then I can cast Modern Age if I wanted to. I forgot to put Full Control on, and I missed on my Ambusher getting that back out, which is very unfortunate. I think I'm just going to pass turn at this point, which is... that was a miss on me. Let's go ahead and end turn. I'd love for them to tap out if possible. Onto what? I don't know, but I'd love to get Junjai out there. Cyber Trespassers. Okay. I think that's about as good as I could get. Okay, they're going to scry one because they're attacking with the Puzzle Maker. Goes to the bottom. 13-17. I need to make some moves at this point. Junjai, get out there. Spell Pierce really isn't going to do it, so they have one island open, but they haven't acted really like they're a... Yeah, okay. Junjai went in just fine. No attacks at this point. I think I'll put the Eater of Virtue on Junjai, though, with my token. Or I could put it on... I'll put it on the Prosperous Thief, actually. Let's get... let's spread the love here. Should have done that pre-combat. That was my mistake, but... Okay, they cast Ecologist Terrarium. That's fine. They have 2 cards in hand. I really don't know what they have in hand at this point. They have plenty of mana they can use to cast it. Okay, they have another Moonfolk Puzzle Maker. Just fine. I think they're struggling to figure out what's happening with Junjai here. It helps that I have a couple ninjutsu creatures in my hand as well, in case they do Tamiyo's Completion it or anything like that. I can still handle that. So they're tapped out with 1 card in hand, so I think it is time to pound them at this point. We draw Swamp. I'm going to go ahead and play it. I think I'm going to go ahead and put the Completion on their Puzzle Maker that's now a 2/5 due to their Terrarium that they sacrificed. They don't strike me as having the strongest hands here. So, famous last words, I'm sure. Let's go ahead and go to combat. I'm going to go ahead and attack with Junjai. And maybe the Prosperous Thief. No, there's no reason to attack there. Not going to ninjutsu because we want that sweet, sweet damage. 13-12. I will put in Moon Circuit Hacker out, though. We need to get some players on the board here. I think that's something that I usually lack whenever I play these styles of decks. I try and get a little too cute with ninjutsu, and I end up paying the price here. So we're going to change that a bit. Oh, they cast the Wandering Emperor. If they exile, it is going to hurt, which they do. Everybody always seems to have the right thing for me. Well, I get frustrated by stuff like that. It is nice to have a set that truly feels like you have a fighting chance regardless. Most of these cards can be beaten, and it's not just about having the best rares and mythics, which I very much appreciate. Okay, they pass turn. We draw Circuit Mender. Okay. They definitely have a board presence. I think at this point we're going to put Circuit Mender and the Modern Age out. Just get some stuff on the board. And gain 2 life, 15, 14. Put the Modern Age out. We'll draw a card. Let's see what it is. We'll keep a Reckoner Raid. Do I want that over the Mukotai Ambusher? I think so. Let's go ahead and discard this Ambusher. Let's go ahead and get the Raid out. They still have one card in hand. I have no idea what it is at this point. I thought it might be a counter of some sort, but they could have used that on both of those sagas, which they didn't. No attacks at this point, which is really unfortunate, because that will put us even further behind. I really should put the pressure on the Wanderer, which I think I will. I think I will attack the Wanderer at this point. Let's see what happens. Either she dies, which is good for me, or they have to make some blocks, which is also good for me. So they block. Okay. So they end up losing 1. The Subduer. And I end up losing 2 because they have a Puzzle Maker. Not the best trade. But unfortunately, I'm very far behind again. I think my struggle is that there are so many creatures out on the board, and I never have enough creatures. And I don't know how to draft accordingly. Such why I'm silver. Okay, so they attack with the Puzzle Maker. They scry to the bottom. 15, 13. We draw a swamp. Okay, Modern Age thankfully gets us a Virus Beetle. I'm going to discard this swamp. Let's play the Virus Beetle. What is in your hand? Oh, Intercessor's Arrest. Okay. Sure. That's fine. I think at this point, Cybit Trespassers is getting bigger thanks to the Wanderer. It is a 4/6. I don't have much I can do with that. Let's see here. Either Virtue gives +2/+0, so I can equip that to my Virus Beetle. Make it a 3/1. No attacks at this point. No attacks because they got the 4/6, which they did not attack with, so it's good defense for them. I don't think we've seen any kind of creature destruction from this deck, although we have plenty. Makes no sense. Okay, they give their new Golden Tail Disciple +1/+1 first strike, thanks to the Wandering Emperor. Let's see how they attack. I think the Wanderer is just going to get us slowly but surely. Okay, so they attack with the Puzzle Maker again, and that's it. They're very cautious. Okay, and we get a flip on both the Modern Age and the Road Captain, or the Reckoner Raid into the Road Captain, and we draw a Modern Age. Okay, at this point, still don't have enough to really attack the Wandering Emperor yet, but next turn we should have a little bit more firepower. I think our best bet is to put the Eater of Virtue onto the Vector Glider to block the Puzzle Maker, and we'll go from there. No attacks. End our turn. Current score is 15-12. It's just very mucky right now. There's not really too much going on. We really need to get the Wandering Emperor off the board, though. Opponent draws their card. I keep looking at our stuff, so I have a feeling we're going to get got here. Okay, they give their Puzzle Maker +1/+1 in first strike, thanks to the Wanderer, which makes absolute sense. Wandering Emperor is at 4. I would love nothing more than to get a creature destruction spell. for this puzzle maker so I can kill the Emperor. And alas, we do not. We get a swamp. Okay, so let's cast Modern Age. Let's loot. We draw. Twisted Embrace. Beautiful. Get out of here, swamp. This is what we were looking for. I am liking this a lot more. Okay, Twisted Embrace. On to probably our road captain. I'd like to split out the damage a little bit because they keep eyeing my Vector Glider. Okay, so now we destroy the puzzle maker. Good, good. Opponent keeps looking at the Vector Glider and hovering over the Wandering Emperor. They see the play, and then they... Okay. Okay. They cast, I don't even know what it was. March of Otherworldly Light. Exile target artifact, creature, enchantment with mana cost X or less. I am so thrilled here. Okay, so again, no attacks at this point now. Really unfortunate. Okay, they put a +1/+1 first strike counter on Golden Tail Disciple. We draw a card and get the Modern Age loot. And then that gives us a Goshen Tie, Lost Wisdom, and an island. Get out of here, island. I am so sick of seeing all my lands. Okay, so now let us put the Goshen Tie out. Okay, I was looking at just trying to mill them ever so slightly because we're about halfway through the game. And I look at their deck, they have 47 cards in their library at this point. So I don't know what they're doing, but we will not be looting. Okay, we'll make the Nezumi Road Captain a 5/3 with Menace. And we will not attack, unfortunately. No, we will not mill them. I have no idea why on earth they would have so much stuff in their hand. In their library, rather. What a bizarre set of games here. Wandering Emperor keeps pumping, but they just don't attack. They don't attack again. Very odd. Okay, we just got a Vector Glider. Let's go ahead and let's hold our island. Actually, they don't have any. They're just top decking at this point. Let's just cast our island. Let us put the Eater of Virtue onto the Goshen Tie. Let's just start attacking. I guess we attack them. I don't know what they're waiting on. And we can block their stuff. It's fine. We have plenty of time. And then we'll be yeah. They're on like a 4 turn clock here at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and just attack them. And then let's equip the Eater of Virtue over here to the Vector Glider. Actually, hang on. Let's put it back on the Road Captain here. End of turn. They are top decking again. They cast Mirror Shell Crab. Okay. They must have played every single one of their cards that they drafted. That's the only thing I can truly think of at this point because they just got pure blue-white. I don't know. This is weird. Okay, they make their Imperial Subduer a 4/3. I assume they attack, which they don't attack. I don't understand it. Whatever. We'll take it. Okay, I just drew Twisted Embrace. Fantastic. Whatever shall I do? I have 7 mana to float around. The Mirror Shell Crab is worth 3. I could kill that. Actually, that might be what I do. Giving my Vector Glider +1/+1. Yeah, I'll just fly over him. Yes, I'd like to target the Mirror Shell Crab. Paying my 3. Yep. So I am tapped out on that one. That might have been... I don't know. Maybe that was not quite right, but I'm still attacking them for 3. I don't want a beefy boy out there like that. Currently 15-7. Okay, they cast planes. It's about time. They exile a tapped creature, my Vector Glider. Yep. I don't know why they haven't been doing that here lately. 15-9. Okay, so now they're going to attack with their Imperial Subduer, tapping my Road Captain. Okay. It does not have first strike. So I want to go ahead and double block with the Circuit Mender and the Virus Beetle, allowing me to draw a card. Perfect. What do I draw? Moon Circuit Hacker, huh? And an island. So, let us put the Eater Virtue on the Goshen tie. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and attack. I will ninjutsu here to draw a card. So I really need stuff at this point. So let's go ahead and attack here. Oh man. Do I attack the Wandering Emperor? No. Well, they could just attack with that Golden Tail Disciple and just gain all their life back though, which is real unfortunate. Okay. No, we've got to go after the Emperor at this point, the Wandering Emperor. Attack. Well, Moon Circuit Hacker, Jitsu, draw a card. Yeah, we don't draw the card because of we attacked a Planeswalker, but we just need stuff out there at this point. Okay, then we equip the Eater Virtue onto the Goshen tie and end our turn. We will not be milling them. They really should be attacking. I really don't understand why they're not. But we'll take it. They cast Ecologist Terrarium. Okay. Revealing the plains. Playing the plains. Okay, put a 1/1 counter on the Golden Tail. Sacrifice their Ecologist Terrarium. Now they got a 7/8 Golden Tail Disciple. And they finally attack. Okay. Okay, because it is so large, I do need to block this. I'll block with the Road Captain at this point. Because it's not able to do anything. Because they have chunky people. Okay. Ooh, here we go. Just got Long Reach of Night. That is fantastic. Let's go ahead and cast that. That is such a good play right now. They have no cards in hand, so they have to sacrifice a creature. Next turn, they have to sacrifice another creature unless they play Wandering Emperor. Okay, they get rid of their Puzzle Maker that already had the completion on it. Makes sense. Actually, the Wandering Emperor is at 4. I'm going to go ahead and attack with my Goshen tie. Putting it down to 2, so if they were to make a creature, I think that is it's just a -1. It puts them at 1. It really just applies pressure. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and attack here. But if they do try and exile my Goshen tie, that will kill the Wanderer. So let's go ahead and put the Eater Virtue onto the Circuit Hacker, making it a 4/1 and ending our turn. Current score is 15-16. They definitely have the edge here at this point. Because they can just keep pumping up this Golden Tail while they can. Yep, they do. They swing for 9. I will block with the Moon Circuit Hacker at this point. I have really no choice because this is such a large creature. And this also fills up my Long Reach of Night. But it had the Eater Virtue on it, which means it's exiled. Okay. They kept their card. Makes sense. I think we're actually losing this battle pretty hard, unfortunately. We draw, of course, another land. Because why not? I have to... yeah. There's just not really much we can do about this. It's 15 to 24. I'm forced to attack the Goshen tie with the Goshen tie on the Wanderer to put her at 1. That will leave me completely open to take 12 to put me down to 3. I have to try though, because this is going to be it for me. I'll keep my island in play, make him sweat a little bit. I doubt it will, but any advantage that we can get. Sure, let's just go ahead and just pay 1 for milling them. Well, I mill a Fall of Lord Konda. They play a Spirited Companion, draw a card. And they cast 7-tail. They must have just drafted blue and white and played every single card. This is kind of insane. Okay, so then once they played the 7-tail Mentor, they added yet another counter onto the Golden Tail Disciple. They go ahead and kill the Wanderer to make a 2/2 Samurai. I can't say that I blame them. I take 13, puts me down to 2. They're at 33. My Animus of Knight's Reach becomes a 6/4 whenever I attack, which is not going to help me here. Play my island, and I'm just going to go ahead and concede here because there is no coming back from this. Alright, that is all for this ASMR. Very, very unfortunate. No real... Yeah, this is... that was a bad defeat there. Got flooded in a couple of them. A lot of variance. I don't know. I'm going to have to start rethinking how I do stuff because that should have been probably a 7-0 deck, honestly. That was stuff that I see the pros would actually use. So I think there's some gameplay issues that I have here. We'll start rethinking those kinds of things, and we'll try again here eventually. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much, and I will see you later.